to control the land, or conquer half the world, or claim the sun. I'll never be the kind who simply waves her hand and has a million people do the things I wish I'd done. But in the eyes of heaven, my place is assured. I carry with me heaven's grand design. Gloria, Gloria, I will sing the name of the Lord, and they will make me shine. And I will be like Mother Mary, with a blessing in my soul. And I will give the world my eyes so they can see. And I will be like Mother Mary, with a blessing in my soul. And the future of the world inside of me. In the eyes of heaven, my place is assured. I carry with me heaven's grand design. Gloria, Gloria, I will sing the name of the Lord, and they will make me shine. And I will be like Mother Mary, with a blessing in my soul. And I will give the world my eyes so they can see. And I will be like Mother Mary, with the power in my veins to believe in all the things I want to be. And I will be like Mother Mary, with the power in my veins to believe in all the things I want to be. And I will be like Mother Mary, and I'll suffer any pains for the future of the world. For the future of the world inside of me.
I invite you to rise in body or spirit and join me in singing our opening song, O Come All Ye Faithful.
Good evening, and welcome to this special Christmas Eve service at the First Unitarian Universalist Church of San Diego. I am the Reverend Justine Sullivan. My pronouns are she and her, and I welcome you, those of you here in the meeting house and those of you watching at home online, safe from the rain. We begin our service as we do every time we gather by lighting our Unitarian Universalist chalice, a reminder that in this season of darkness and in this frightening moment in the life of our republic, we people of faith, we Unitarian Universalists are called to shine a light, to be a beacon of hope for those seeking refuge, seeking comfort, seeking community. Come and know that you are welcome here. Our chalice lighting words are from Krista Swenson's poem, Send Gabriel Again. Sweet is the season upon us when in the unlikeliest of ways, in the most improbable of places, in the corner of the human heart, where the straw is, Something seems to say, I am God and it is you I need to give birth to me in your time. Do not be afraid, I will be with you, and together we will strike fire, create light, and it will be good. Let us be together in this time of worship.
The angel Gabriel from heaven came, his wings as drifted snow, his eyes as flame. All hail, said he, the holy maiden Mary, most highly favored lady, for known a blessed mother thou shalt be, all generations laud and honor thee. Thy son shall be Emmanuel, by seers foretold, most highly favored lady, gentle Mary meekly bowed her head. To me be as it pleaseth God, she said. My soul shall laud and magnify his holy name, most highly favored lady, of her Emmanuel the Christ was born in Bethlehem all on a Christmas morn, and gentle folk throughout the world shall ever say, most highly favored lady,
You Have to Know Your Body as the Home of God, by the Reverend Dr. Rebecca Parker. You have to know your body as the home of God, and this is the purpose of Christmas. The rose blossoming in the wilderness is the unfolding of your pleasure, as the fingers peel an orange and sweetness buds in the mouth. The bright star in the night sky is the sudden clarity of your instinct for joy. The birth cry in the night is your child falling into the dark and your arms holding her. The terror of Herod's murderous intent is your rage that would prefer death to change. The singing angel is your voice at church, not sure of the tune, but certain for a moment that there is glory. The animals breathing their warm breath in the fragile stable are your emotions, kneeling into the body of the earth at ease in the presence of God. Mary is you, God in your body. Joseph is you, sheltering God in the world. This is the key to the mystery. The Word became flesh, and we are the dwelling place.
Throughout the service, we're going to be inviting you to experience the Christmas story from the perspective of various young women. Later, we'll hear a story that's told from the perspective of the innkeeper's daughter, but I would like to reflect with you on the story from the perspective of Mary, that highly favored lady I just sang about. But first, I want to know that this is a little bit of an odd holiday for Unitarian Universalists to celebrate. Our tradition is more or less founded on the rejection of pretty much all the theology that this story represents. So we're really just left with the story itself. But I think there's something so compelling about the story that we can't bring ourselves to throw the baby out with the theological bathwater. Pun very much intended. And I hope that thinking about it from Mary's perspective might also help you see it as I do, as a story that even a Unitarian Universalist theologian could embrace. Part of the problem is that the story most of us know has become such a Hallmark card tableau that it's lost a lot of its complexity, messiness, and, in my opinion, power. And that gets lost on us. I also don't think you can really appreciate the fullness of what tonight celebrates unless you know what comes before and after it. So join me as we rewind 9 months to what is traditionally called the Annunciation. If Christmas Eve is about peace, joy, and silence, the Annunciation is about disruption and upheaval, and it begins with an interruption. Mary is a young woman in the town of Nazareth who is betrothed to a man named Joseph, and this is not a 27-year-old woman with a master's degree. By modern standards, she is a child herself. She's alone in her room when quite suddenly she's startled by the angel Gabriel. Now, in these stories, an angel's name means something. In the book of Tobit, the angel Raphael shows up to heal some people, and the name Raphuel means God's healing. So here we have the angel Gabriel. Gavruael is the strength of God. And so what does all the might and majesty of the eternal do? It bows itself before this young woman and asks her to be the mother of the divine. The fate of everything hangs in the balance, age upon age of priest, prophet, and kings leading up to this moment, and it all hinges on the consent of this young woman alone and afraid in her room. Be it done unto me according to your word. And in an instant, eternity enters into time, and the world is changed. So what happens next? On a practical level, her life has just been completely upended, and the possibilities for disaster or even a massive ego trip are endless. But she's also been told that her cousin Elizabeth is pregnant, and surprisingly so, because Elizabeth is old enough that that should not be an option. And with everything else Mary has just been given to deal with, her first instinct, nevertheless, is an instinct to service. So she travels the roughly 75 miles from Nazareth to the hill country outside of Jerusalem to help Elizabeth through the last few weeks of her pregnancy. When Elizabeth sees Mary approaching, she says that the baby stirs in her womb. Elizabeth's son will grow up to be John the Baptist. And there's a sense that even before his birth, there's some recognition that he's in the presence of his soon-to-be second cousin, whom he'll spend his life heralding and eventually die for. Mary, for her part, is moved to song and sings what we call the Magnificat, because in Latin it starts, Magnificat anima mea Dominum, my soul magnifies the Lord. And she goes on to sing of a God who casts down the mighty from their thrones and lifts up the lowly, who fills the hungry with good things and sends the rich away empty, who scatters the proud in their conceit. This is a song of social justice, a declaration that God unequivocally takes the side of the poor, the outcast, and the marginalized. And in her song, we hear the roots of her son's most famous sermon on the Mount of Olives. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are those who mourn. Blessed are the pure of heart, the peacemakers, and those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. The apple will not fall far from the tree. After helping Elizabeth and then returning to explain everything to her now husband, Joseph, it's right back on the road for another trip. This time 90 miles south to Joseph's hometown of Bethlehem, where they've been ordered to go by the Emperor Augustus because a census is being taken and everyone has to register in their ancestral home. When they arrive in Bethlehem, as I'm sure you know, there is famously no room in the inn. So we're presented with two of the primary symbols of Jesus' birth, the stable and the manger. So sometimes we use those words interchangeably, but they are very different things. The stable is the building. It's a barn where animals live. The manger is a feeding trough. I think of my Italian grandfather calling us to Christmas dinner, mangia, mangia. It's the same root word, to eat. So a stable and a manger, shelter and food, both lacking, both provided. Again, the birth of this child and the experiences of his mother surrounding it are surrounded by words and symbols related to social justice and the idea that you can't separate the spiritual, social, and physical aspects of human existence. And then, from Mary's perspective, there's a pause. The part of the story we celebrate tonight, the silent night where the stars are shining and all is peaceful and calm, that's the anomaly rather than the norm. Because just a few days later, the family is warned that the king, Herod the Great, is intent on finding and eliminating this child that he perceives as a threat to his throne. So they have to flee to Egypt. So for the third time in 9 months, Mary is once again on the road, this time fleeing for her life as a political refugee. Egypt at this time has been part of the Roman Empire for 30 years since the death of Cleopatra. So those hearing the story at the time would understand that they are not fleeing to some neutral third-party state. They are just choosing the lesser of two hostilities. So as we gather tonight and sing of peace and stillness, we can only honestly do so if we remember that this peace is fragile, fleeting, and hard-won. It's not the peace of things being settled, but the peace that arrives when courage briefly calms fear, when love insists on being born anyway, even in the midst of empire, displacement, and danger. For Mary, peace was never the absence of disruption. It was the decision again and again to keep going, to say yes, to show up, to flee when necessary, to protect what was vulnerable, and to trust that love was worth the risk. And I think that that's a story that Unitarian Universalists can wholeheartedly claim. I invite you to rise and sing with me in body or spirit, O Little Town of Bethlehem.
Part 1 of the story, Leah's Star, by Margaret Bateson Hill, illustrated by Karen Littlewood. Bethlehem was always a busy city, but tonight it was more crowded than ever. The Roman Emperor Augustus had ordered a census, so everyone who'd been born in the city had returned to be registered. Leah's father had sent her for more food. The guests staying in his inn were hungry, but she was struggling to get through the crowds. Leah finally reached her own street, but suddenly she stopped quite still. A great silver star was shining right above her home. It was so beautiful she could only gaze upwards, amazed by its shining splendor. Leah didn't see the donkey until she felt a sharp kick on her knee. A man called, "Look out!" just as her father came running out of the inn. "What took you so long? Pick everything up, then come and help. I'm rushed off my feet." Leah wiped her tears away on her sleeve. Her knee and her feelings hurt. A strong pair of arms lifted her back on her feet. The man was leading a woman sitting on a donkey. She was young and very pregnant. As Leah picked up the vegetables, she heard the woman say, "Joseph, the baby's coming. What are we going to do?" Leah looked over to her father, who nodded in understanding. "There's no room in my inn," he said, "but I've got a stable. It's not much, but it's warm, and it's dry, and it's quiet." Leah's father told her to show the couple to the stable. Just as Leah took hold of the donkey's reins, she heard him call across the street to Susanna to come help. After the coldness and dark outside, the stable was warm and comforting. Susanna immediately took charge. "Leah, get another light and some blankets for Mary." Leah helped as best she could. Suddenly she realized there was no cradle, so she filled the animal's feed box with new hay and covered it with a blanket of her own. Susanna walked around the stable with Mary. "Just take things slowly," she advised. "It could be a long night." Leah found a corner and laid down. She realized she could still see the star. It glowed brightly as though it were watching over the stable. As she lay in the warm, sweet-smelling hay, her thoughts began to drift. With Susanna's help, Mary would soon be a mother. She wondered if her own mother ever watched over her from somewhere high above. Leah didn't wake until she heard a cry. The baby was here. Please rise in body or spirit and join me in singing our next hymn, "Angels We Have Heard on High."
Praise
At this holiday season, surrounded by loved ones, singing and community together, we remember that there are some among us who can use our support. This is what the minister's discretionary fund is for, to offer support in times of crisis. During the service, we collect an offering for the minister's discretionary fund to be used throughout the year to support members and friends of this congregation when the unexpected happens, to help pay rent, buy emergency medicine, to fix a car so a person can make it to their job. Thank you for providing this important support to one another. You can give through text to give at 619-333-3040. You can also donate this evening in person through cash or check towards the back of the sanctuary. In the center, I think there are some boxes, or online at the church's website, firstuusandiego.org.
Leah crept out of her dark corner. Mary was cradling her newborn son with such love and tenderness that Leah suddenly felt shy. Then Susanna caught sight of her and laughed. "What happened to my little helper? Come and see the new baby. His name is Jesus." Leah could only gaze in wonder. The baby was so tiny and so perfect, snuggled in his mother's arms. She wanted to cry. There was a quiet knock. It was Leah's father, looking puzzled. "There are some shepherds outside. They say they want to see the baby." Slowly, the shepherds crowded in, and their faces mirrored the long, hard seasons they spent out in the open. But their eyes shone with a fierce joy, and the oldest spoke in a trembling voice. We saw bright angels in the night sky, and they told us about the baby, that he was Christ, the King we've been waiting for. Leah stared at the shepherds in disbelief. Jesus was a king? Why wasn't he born in a palace? Was Jesus really a special baby? Leah could think of nothing else. Finally, she went to speak to Mary. Every baby is special, Mary replied. But I believe that Jesus is the chosen one of God. And I believe that God will look after him, just as he did look after us by bringing us to your stable. And of course, he couldn't have done that without you. Me, said Leah. Mary smiled. God often chooses little people to do great things for him. That night, the star was shining so brightly, Leah thought the whole world must know that Jesus was in her stable. She crept to the window to catch one last glimpse, but found herself looking at 3 travelers, richly dressed in silken robes. Leah ran to the inn door. One of the travelers bent down to her. She could smell the perfume and the oils that scented his skin. The sound of his voice made her think of faraway places. We are scholars. We have followed this star for many days, but it shines above a stable. Tell us we have not journeyed in vain. Is the Christ child within? Yes, whispered Leah. He's here. The travelers entered the stable, and when they saw the baby and his mother, they fell to their knees. They brought out gold and frankincense and myrrh, gifts fit for a king. But if you followed the star, thought Leah, who else is coming? Leah woke up just before dawn. She knew at once that the silver star was gone. But had Jesus gone too? Leah ran to the stable and softly pushed open the door. Everything had been tidied away, but Mary and Joseph and the baby were still there. Are you going away? She whispered. Yes, Mary sighed. Joseph had a dream, and the king's soldiers are coming. Mary turned to Leah with a sad, gentle smile and asked her to hold the baby while she got ready. Leah knew this was goodbye. She sat quietly and treasured everything about the baby. His silky hair, his soft, dark skin, his watchful eyes. But when his tiny fingers clasped one of her own, she had the strangest feeling that it was not her holding the baby, but that the baby was holding her.
In a moment, Tony and Reverend Kristen will come down the aisles to pass the light for our candle lighting ritual. I want to just remind us to please hold the lit candle vertical like this and dip the unlit candle into the flame to pass the light. That will be the safest way to do that. Once all of the candles are lit, we will sing Silent Night, Noche de Paz, together while we remain seated. We will light our candles with these words from the Reverend Dr. Howard Thurman. We will light candles this Christmas, candles of joy despite all the sadness, candles of hope where despair keeps watch, candles of courage for fears ever present, candles of peace for tempest-tossed days. Candles of grace to ease heavy burdens, candles of love to inspire all our living, candles that will burn all year long. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. Holy is so tender and mild, Let's just hold this moment together in the beauty of this space and the stillness of this moment. Breathing together. As we extinguish our candles and we bring up some of the lights, I'd like to invite the choir to come forward. As we move toward the end of our service, may we keep alive that spark of the divine that dwells within each of us and among us.
The Work of Christmas by the Reverend Dr. Howard Thurman. When the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and the princes are home, when the shepherds are back with their flock, the work of Christmas begins. To find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among others, to make music in the heart. Blessed be, and Merry Christmas.